There's a strange pattern in history. The people who create a civilization are often the same type of people who lead it into collapse, and most never see it happening.
History doesn't fall apart randomly, it follows a structure. And one of the most overlooked comes from Arnold Toynbee. He called it the creative minority. At the beginning of every civilization, there is a small group of people who respond to challenges differently. They don't follow, they create new ideas, new systems, new ways of living, and because of that, others follow them, not by force, but by belief. This is how civilizations rise. A creative minority solves problems, and the majority imitates them. Order emerges, stability grows, power expands. But here's where the pattern turns. Over time, that same creative minority changes. They stop creating and start protecting what they built. Instead of solving new problems, they cling to old solutions. Instead of leading through innovation, they lead through authority. Toynbee had a term for this shift, from creative minority to dominant minority. And something critical happens here. The majority stops believing. They no longer imitate out of respect. They comply out of habit or pressure. This is the moment a civilization becomes fragile. Not when it's weak, but when it's rigid. Because new challenges always emerge, and a dominant minority can't adapt. Instead of responding creatively, they double down. More control, more force, more preservation of the past. But history doesn't reward preservation, it rewards adaptation. This is the paradox. The very group that built the system becomes incapable of evolving it. And that's when decline begins. Not with collapse, but with stagnation. Because once a society stops producing new ideas, it starts living off old ones. And eventually, those ideas run out. This pattern has repeated again and again across civilizations, across centuries.
The question is not whether this happens. It always does. The real question is, can a society recognize the moment when its creators become its protectors? Because by the time it's obvious, it's usually too late.